Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I want to thank everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Help me get to 200 subscribers, folks. That'd be amazing, folks. Help me get to at least 10,000 views. That'd be really awesome, folks. So, in the latest of documentary films here is LA 92. This is directed by Daniel Lindsay and TJ Martin, who won Best Documentary a few years back, I think like 5 or 6 years back, for Undefeated. So, it's strictly using archive footage and footage that you've never really seen before. It's about the LA riots of 1992 and after the Rodney King trial here. So one of the most important things documentaries ask us is why now, basically, here. And considering the fact that it is 25 years later, but we're still asking the hard questions about law enforcement and the black community. And yes, we have made great strides, but we still have challenges ahead of us here, folks, because now obviously the bridge here is the Watts riots. Then of course, you see the footage of the destruction of Watts and all that other stuff. We flash forward to the election of the first black mayor, Tom Bradley, the promotion of Chief Daryl Gates as LAPD commissioner. Of course, we do see the beating of Rodney King, which is, skirmish to say the least, and the person who took it. And we do see the trial footage of the officers involved. And also they show you outside the court footage as well, which is quite interesting how, one person asked one of the trial lawyers, how could you defend these people here, And again, they gave away tickets to see the trial, just like they did with O.J. Simpson a few years later. Obviously, the riots begin to happen when the not guilty verdict was released. Black and religious leaders obviously try to appeal for calm, but of course, as one person puts it in an interview, there are people who are being interviewed who are angry, basically saying, okay, how can we appeal for calm when you can be beaten on live tape here and still get away with, not going to jail? Obviously, they show you footage here of Los Angeles burning, and obviously thought they could contain this thing, to predominantly black areas, but of course those fires indeed started spreading, and the looting started to spread. And one of the more unintended consequences of this was the fact that most of the businesses that burned down or were looted were primarily Korean owned, because obviously there are a lot of Koreans at this point in time in Los Angeles. The fact that, the black and Korean communities weren't necessarily getting along. People are still telling these looters, hey look, it's going to get better here. And obviously, let me just say this, the footage of the riots is really amazing, because I don't really remember the riots all that well, apparently, even though I was 5 years old at the time. A news conference with the governor of California, who finally says, after several days of destruction and looting and beatings of people who come out of their car, and people are dragging people out of their cars, he finally says, okay, I'm deploying the National Guard here, I'm declaring a state of emergency. Of course, why wasn't the Guard deployed earlier? Well, it was because the governor basically says, well, we don't have the correct ammunition, or we're low on ammunition, and because obviously you need ammunition to make sure that, at least you want to protect yourself. I was never seen before on TV of Korean store owners with guns, in the shootouts trying to protect their stores. We'd also then get several scenes of Bush the Elder, who quite coincidentally was in an election year race with Governor Clinton, and Bush was, quite taken aback by the riots, and Maxine Waters is in an interview saying, well, we don't really have access to the president. He only had one meeting with us as sort of a token appreciation. Maxine Waters going down to a post office of all things, saying, you're going to get your mail in front of a whole bunch of people who are probably going to loot the post office if it came to that. We finally do get footage of Rodney King basically saying, can we all just get along here, folks? Daniel Lindsay and TJ Martin have pieced together a very fascinating portrait of a period of time. So LA 92 got a brief theatrical run in theaters, currently playing out on National Geographic. They think themselves we have another Oscar winner on our hands here, folks. So what I'm going to do here, folks, I'm going to give LA 92 a leave work early. Yes, leave work early to see a riot film, folks. So, folks, what do you think of LA 92 that you have to see this film, that you have not cared for at all? As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. Put everything in the comment box, folks, below. I'll see you next time, folks.